As an entrepreneur, your success is going to be directly dependent on how you navigate these 5 stages. And I'm going to explore each of these stages so that you understand how to navigate each of these stages. Let me start with the learning stage. The learning stage is really where you test your idea. You talk to customers, you understand the market, you understand what the market is looking for, what are the pain points of the market, and whether your idea is going to make any sense to this market. And that is the learning stage. And the learning stage typically takes 2 to 3 months, and it does not need a big team. Maybe 1 or 2 or even 3 people would be more than enough. And in most cases, it is typically the founders that focus on the learning stage. And even the learning stage needs a little bit of money, and most often this money is provided by the owners or the families or friends of the owners of this company. And that is the learning stage. So remember, the goal of the learning stage is to learn what the market is looking for. As simple as that. And to understand whether your product idea makes any sense in the first place. One of the reasons why entrepreneurs fail is this: they skip the learning phase and jump right into product development. That is expensive, that takes a lot of time, and at the end of the day, if the product does not take off and if the market does not like your product, you are going to end up failing and losing a lot of money. Which is why learning is a very important first step of all these 5 steps. It is also the foundation. So do not skip this learning step or the learning phase. Let me now go to the next stage in this process of creating a startup. The next stage is the validation. The validating step or stage is about taking your product idea, giving it some shape, developing it, and then testing with the market. Whether the product is going to work, whether the product is relevant, whether the product is useful, and whether the product is valuable to the market. In fact, in the validating phase, you have moved from the idea and the learning to a minimum viable product. And even in this stage, you do not build the complete product. You do not rush into manufacturing. What you do is to build an experimental prototype product, and then you do a reality check with your customers and with the market. And if the market is happy with your product prototype, that means you have validated your product. One of the reasons why many entrepreneurs waste money and even fail is they skip this validation phase. They jump straight into product development and launch the product, and then they find that their product does not take off because customers do not find it valuable or useful, or the customers are not willing to pay for this product. So validating your product is very important. And remember, the purpose of validation is not to build a final product, but to build a minimum viable product or a prototype of the product in order to market test it. And the purpose is to know whether this product is commercially viable. And that is the purpose of the validation stage.